Hey, what's up? I know I haven't posted a video in a long time. I don't know, a month, 2 months. That's probably because I was relapsing and using fentanyl like an idiot. Yeah, I know. What a moron. And in my last video, my last interview, not video, but my last Soft White Underbelly interview, I was like, I said interview weird. Anyway, I don't give a shit. Or clearly I do because I said I do. But I was like, man, people say I'm gonna relapse, blah blah blah, like that's not gonna happen. And that was fucking stupid to say that. In retrospect, I realized that. Oh, also, thanks to our sponsor for this video, Coca-Cola. Enjoy a nice Coca-Cola. They're definitely sponsoring this video, and it's totally monetized, and I'm just making thousands off of this. That's how I get to stay at this beautiful resort in the hills of Los Angeles, California. No, that's not true at all. None of that's true. I try to be honest on this channel, and I guess maybe in the past I have left out. I mean, I definitely did that one video where I was like, listen, I've relapsed like here and here and this and that. But like, then I like disappear and like, I don't know. But for those of you that follow me on Instagram, and were online on Instagram or online, when you were on America Online, when you signed into AIM to send me an instant message, and you put out your away message, and Smarter Child sent you an instant message. Anyway, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. But for those of you that do, you get it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm at a new rehab. I tried to do it on my own after the breakup I went through, which was fucking terrible. It's like, guys like date girls and they're like, oh man, my ex was crazy, dog, and shit like that. Okay. If any of my ex-girlfriends for my whole lifetime, save the last one, Maya, if any of them see this, I'm sorry if I called you crazy or ever referred to you as crazy behind your back, because you're not crazy at all. Maya is fucking crazy. I've never had an ex-girlfriend tell me she hopes I die, I'm a worthless junkie, she hopes I end up dead in the middle of, I don't know what the fuck she said, but it was a lot of horrible shit. And then she apparently had taken numbers out of my phone while I was asleep one night and was contacting people and like starting shit and like talking shit about me and all this stuff. So it was fucking nuts. I've never dealt with anything like that in my life, and it sucks because I mean, okay, side note here, now that I'm in rehab again, I'm 8 days clean, I realized that I've made mistakes by jumping into relationships too quick, a lot. I've done it a lot, and I know I need to stay out of relationships for a year. I know they've said that many times through AA, NA, sober living, all this shit, and I always ignore them, and I go, no, I got it, I could be in a relationship, I'm always in relationships, and nope, I can't do it, so I'm not going to do it again. But I jumped into that relationship with her after 2 weeks of knowing her. I was in a shitty sober living that I didn't like. The story is stupid as fuck, but let's just go for it. All right, so I'm staying at the shitty sober living with a old man roommate that's just like a total piece of shit, like snorting his prescriptions off the fucking desk and like just a fucking loser, like trying to talk to me all the time when I have my headphones in, and I gotta like pause the video, take it out. Yeah, what, man? And then he's like, oh man, I'm watching The Wire. This shit, it's like real life. And I'm like, yeah, it's not a documentary, right? And he goes, yeah, I know. I go, okay, cool, good. I'm glad you're not that fucking stupid. But the guy was just a moron. I hated him. One of my other housemates was doing meth and using fake urine to pass UAs. So I'm just trying to get through it, and then I get COVID. And so I said a video on that, that I had COVID and was stuck in a room for a week. Well, what I might have failed to mention was when you're stuck in a room for 10 days, actually, with COVID, quarantined or whatever the fuck, you start to go a little crazy. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram and have a good memory, you might remember during that time, I was uploading a lot of videos to Instagram stories. I was doing a lot of updates and was seemingly very energetic for having COVID. Well, the reason why is because at 36 years old with COVID, I decided to try meth for the first time. Yes, that's right. My housemate that was on meth said, "Hey, you want some?" And I said, "Fuck it, they're not going to UA me. They don't even want to touch me or see me because I have COVID. So let's do it. I'll do it." And so for 3 days in a row, I didn't sleep and I did meth every day. It was terrible. It was fun while it lasted, but at the end, I thought the blinds were moving, I thought the windows were open, and nope, that was just my mind playing tricks on me because I was going fucking nuts on meth. So, that was nothing that I ever wanted to do again. That was not cool or fun, which reminded me why I never tried it throughout my entire life, but whatever. So, I did that, and now I'm a terrible person. And then, I downloaded... So, COVID methed out Matthew downloads OkCupid because he's fucking bored in a room and not doing anything, and just start talking to this girl, Maya. I won't say her last name. I'm not that big of an asshole, but I'm talking to her all the time. Like, she's just like, I thought, I'd send a message, get a reply, and then wait a little while. And, you gotta fucking play the game, and I really don't like that about dating, but it's like, you don't want to seem too desperate or whatever. But no, we were both a couple of desperate assholes, apparently, because we were all over each other all day, every day. And, as soon as I'm done with COVID, like, let's go on a date. And she's like, hell yeah. And so we go on our first date, and we're like, go back to the sober living house. Okay, here's our first date. We go to a cheap taqueria. We don't drink, obviously, because I'm in sober living. Then she takes me to the grocery store so I can go shopping because I didn't have a car to go shopping. Then we go back to the sober living place and watch my favorite movie, Buffalo 66, on my laptop okay, so 2 guys were using both of the TVs. So we had to sit on a single, recliner, her on my lap, the entire time watching this. What a fucking first date. And so we're making out and everything. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if these guys think I'm weird fucking making out with this girl in the middle of the house. I'm bored out of my mind. And so, that was the start of our relationship. About a week later, I was like, God, I fucking hate this place. And she said something about you could move in with me. And I was like, yeah, haha, good one. And she's like, I'm serious if you wanted to. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Hell yeah, I'll move in with you. I'll do it tomorrow. And she's like, okay. And boom. Then I got there, and then 3 days in, she tells me she's an alcoholic because she'd been drinking all day and all night every day. And then I was joining her, and then that sent me out to the streets of Denver to meet plenty of people with plenty of drugs, including fentanyl-pressed M30 blues, which, if you know, then you know. If you don't, then you don't. I don't care. And then... that's just the sets me off for the next few months. I'm out of sober living, I'm out using, and we're just in this fucking shitty little studio apartment, and she's just totally enabling. And then, it just got to the point where okay, you're an alcoholic, I'm a drug addict, we're not doing shit with our lives, this is fucked up. And so, we broke up. And then I just continued using because, there were periods of sobriety or whatever where I could stay clean, but then I would go back to it and go back and forth. So it's all been fucked up and it's all been annoying, and I just wanted to give some type of stupid update and tell the truth and be honest and blah, 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 because that's just the way life is now. Although... whatever. If I'm being completely honest, some of y'all are fucking weird. It's 2,400 followers now. What's is this a fucking? Am I if anybody's seen Nightmare Alley or knows anything about, early 1900s or whatever, circus, am I the fucking geek in the sideshow that you want to fucking watch bite a chicken's head off? Is that what it is at this point? Or do people actually like me or my personality or the way I talk? They say, the way you talk, there's something about the way you talk. I don't know what the fuck it is, and I don't really care. And I think that's probably a better mindset for me to have than to sit here and worry and wonder about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, who's going to hear it, who's going to repeat it to who, blah, 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 because this is the end of the road, and if I can't figure it out now, then I'm going to be fucked. So I have to stay clean, and I have to not relapse, and I think I'm at a really good place now. I mean, look at this is really nice. Look, we're clearly in the hills. Look at all those peasants down there in the valley. No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible. I'm one of those peasants. I'm lower than a peasant. I'm the fucking geek at the sideshow from Nightmare Alley. In fact, I am Bradley Cooper. This has all been an act. Yep. Underneath this costume or this makeup. This makeup's been done by Gregory Nicotero, by the way, as well, and that's why I'm in LA. So yeah, and Bradley Cooper, or me, is really good at disguising his voice as this awkward 36-year-old drug addict. So that's the full story. I'm sticking to it, and it's getting kind of dark, and I gotta go eat dinner. So I hope some of you enjoy this as normal human beings and go, oh, cool, that's a great update. Hey, thanks, guy, I like you. And then some of you are going to be like, oh, I knew he relapsed, fucker, you know, and like shit like that. And whatever, cool. If that's what you go on the internet for, then I guess I'm your tabloid for the day, and that's sweet. I'm your fucking Princess Diana. I'm your Pam and Tommy, huh? That's really fucking rewarding. Wow, I never thought of it that way. Oh, I'm so amazing. Not. Speaking of Pam and Tommy, if you haven't seen it on Hulu, check it out. That shit's amazing. If you lived through the 90s and you remember the 90s and the early days of the internet, the wild, wild west of the internet, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, all right. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh, if you're a huge NBA fan, what the fuck were the Pacers thinking trading Domantas Sabonis? That dude is a fucking all-star. For Tyrese Halliburton, like, a dude that scores like 15 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists a game, and I know he's younger, but no, Domantas Sabonis is way better. That's a dumb move. Pacers suck. All right, have a good night. Pacers suck. Bye.